But for those that stick around, you're gonna get some good information. If you have not signed up for my webinar, Power of the BI webinar, you still have time because I haven't kicked it off just as of yet. So you can go to one of those videos on there. It says come and learn. If you come and learn, you will be able to. I'll send you a link to join our webinar, and then you'll receive the webinar information as well. Needless to say, we're gonna get this thing kicked off. I'm about to get the webinar kicked off here on Zoom here just as we are speaking. Dun, 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 dun. And let's see here. So once again, welcome back to Power of the BI. Welcome back to Power of the BI. This is our weekly Sunday live webinar where I am giving you guys as much game as I can.
Recording in progress.
Okay, just got the notice. Recording is in progress on Zoom. So again, I am Terod Robinson, and I am hosting my weekly webinar. Let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. I am hosting my weekly webinar here on Zoom, giving you guys a game on Power BI. Giving you guys a game on Power BI for those that are interested in Power BI. For those who may be looking to get into tech. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time here talking about who I am and what I do right now. I am going to give you a slight introduction of who I am a little later here, a couple of minutes in the next slide or two. But what I really want to do is go ahead and get started so that for those that have joined in, you will be able to get the maximum amount of information as possible. So I am going to go ahead and get kicked off. So again, welcome back to the video in the Power of the BI. Welcome back again to another episode, another video, another podcast, whatever you want to call it, but it's going to be good information in Power of the BI, where I teach a course called Power of the BI, where I teach a Power BI in my course, Power of the BI. Of course, BI is business intelligence, and we will be going a little bit deeper into that as we move along. But it looks like there we go. So what we are going to do, I am going to move right along here to the end of the story so we can keep moving on. And here we go. Dun, dun, dun. I think we are all on board here. Screen sharing is on. Let me make sure we've got screen sharing going for our Zoom guys here, because I know we're seeing it in the Instagram, but I'm going to get the screen sharing going here as well. Let's see. That's not what I want to do. I'm already logged in. Why am I doing this? Okay, share screen. And I'm going to share screen 2. Share. And here we go. And it says screen sharing is going. So as you can see, again, I teach a course called Power of the BI. It's where I teach Power BI in my online course at powerofthebi.com. Shameless plug, but I like to be shameless every now and then, definitely when it comes to Power BI and Power of the BI. So as you see here, Power BI is simply a visualization tool. It is a tool created by Microsoft. It is a Microsoft tool. I definitely want to get some house cleaning, information understanding in the very beginning, and that is this is not a Microsoft course, even though this is a Microsoft tool. If you look at it, if you think of it as Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and PowerPoint. Those are all tools that many of us use on a day-to-day basis when we're on our jobs, but we are not we're not necessarily working for Microsoft. We are teaching this program, teaching this course, Power of the BI, simply because it is the data visualization tool, is the business intelligence tool of choice that myself and my team prefer. And I would say we even recommend it, but you know, this is not a sponsored segment for Microsoft. But Mr. Microsoft, if you're out there, you're listening, you want to sponsor this segment in Power of the BI, sponsor this webinar, you are definitely more than welcome to do so. But just being totally clear, this is not a Microsoft segment. The things that we do, the things that I do, the things that I say in this particular webinar are the opinions of my own, and they are strictly mine. It's not something that Microsoft has paid me to say, and it's not something that any of Microsoft's competitors have paid me to say or encouraged me to say. I am a proponent of Power BI. That's why I teach it. I think it's the best visualization tool, the best business intelligence tool that's out there on the market today. And I'll continue to say that until I am convinced otherwise. With that said, let's move right along. Let's see here. Okay, so here's the deal. This is me. This is me in my future self, in my past self, in my alternate universe self, or my artificial intelligence self. This is me. No, not really. So here's the deal. My name is Terod Robinson. I am a certified Microsoft Power BI developer, programmer. I've got several different Microsoft certifications, definitely one being Power BI, data engineering, data analyst, artificial intelligence associate, Microsoft Fabric, certified in several different Microsoft, several areas of the Microsoft stack. However, again, I've chosen Microsoft to build my certifications off of because it's totally choice. It's not something that anyone has encouraged me to do. Or anyone said that, hey, you're going to get a Microsoft job. I have worked as a contractor with Microsoft. Make sure we've got. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I think that works. I have worked as a contractor for Microsoft, but I have not worked directly for Microsoft. So again, this is not a Microsoft program. This is not something that I've learned on while working at Microsoft. This is something that I have taught I'm not gonna say I've taught myself, but it's something I've learned over time after being in data. So just want to clarify that. But as far as certifications and things like that, you do not necessarily need to have a Microsoft certification in order to be a Power BI developer, even to be a good Power BI developer. You don't need any certifications. I like to say that certifications are icing on the cake. You know, you can be considered an overachiever, or you can just say, hey, you know, I just want to be certified in what I do, and that's totally understandable too. But you do not need to be, or you do not have to be certified in Microsoft or certified in Power BI in order to get a Power BI job or to be a good Power BI developer. Do I encourage it? Yeah, I do, but I don't encourage you saying, hey, I've got to go get the certification just because, you know, I want to get a job. No, I want you to get a certification just to say, hey, you know, not only am I a Power BI developer, not only am I one of the best Power BI developers, you're able to say, hey, you know, I've got proof that, hey, even Microsoft says that I'm a good Power BI developer. With that said, I'm going to move right along because I don't want to beat that dead horse too much longer. Just understand that you do not have to have a Power BI certification in order to be a good Power BI developer. Let's see, I have a testimony from a friend here or a former student mentee, current mentee, and I just want to share this with you.
You guys, I just spent 8 weeks locked in with Power of the BI. I'm telling you, this is the smartest move I've ever made. What I really liked about this course is it breaks down everything in a way that just clicks. We got the step-by-step lessons, the real world projects, and basically everything I needed to feel job ready. And then after I finished, I stayed consistent, applied what I learned, and I'm telling you, within 2 months, I got a job. Not just any job, a remote Power BI developer role. Making $112,000 a year. I've never made 6 figures in my life, so this is life-changing money. I was so unsure of myself, and now nobody can stop me. And it all started with Power of the BI. You guys.
And I would have. What I'm going to say first is that I'm definitely going to thank her for those words. She didn't have to do it, but she did. At the same time, you know, I would even pay her to say that because that was incredible. But you know, not necessarily that I had to. But anyway, so I just wanted to let you guys hear that from someone else that has participated in Power of the BI. That's a current mentee of mine here at Power of the BI. And, you know, it does not take long. Power of the BI is a program. I designed it to be a 16-week program. I know that it can be completed in slightly less than 8 weeks. I would say somewhere between 7 weeks and maybe 3 or 4 days, 5 days maybe. Not a whole lot less than 8 weeks, but it could be done in less than 8 weeks. And you could probably have your certification, you know, within 4 to 6 weeks after completing the 8-week course. We're actually completing the 16-week course in 8 weeks. So just to be a little bit clearer, let me clarify what I'm saying. Power of the BI, I've designed Power of the BI to be a 16-week course, 4 months. It's designed to be a 16-week course, a 4-month course. In order to get, I also teach the certification. If you went through my certification program as well, the certification program is designed to be an 8-week course. So with that said, within 24 weeks, you could complete the course. Within 16 weeks, within 24 weeks, you can complete the course and have your certification. Now, I don't guarantee anyone anything when it comes to time, when it comes to how much money you're making, how much money you're going to make, because you know, it really depends on how seriously you're participating, how active you are. But at the end of the day, the course is designed to be a 16-week course. The certification is designed to be an 8-week course. You do not have to take the certification course. You do not have to participate in the certification course. But at that point, we're saying 24 weeks, you could have very extensive skills in Power BI and have a certification. What I say when individuals ask me, you know, how much money can I make? Again, I don't guarantee anything, but what I suggest is that you take jobs somewhere between the $90,000 to $115,000 range. You take jobs between $90,000 to $115,000 range. Now, I understand that situations happen, things occur, and you say, hey, you know, I'll take something a little bit less, or I'll take something a lot less. And I'm like, okay, that's totally up to you. If you want something that's going to pay you, you know, $50,000 to $85,000, you know, that's totally up to you. But what I'm telling you is that market value right now for a Power BI developer is somewhere in between $90,000 to $115,000 a year. You can get jobs for less, and you can get jobs for more. I do not recommend individuals starting out in Power BI taking jobs more than $115,000, because it becomes a situation where you are expected to do a lot more and to know a lot more than what you probably will be comfortable with, even though it will be in your head, even though you will know where to get the information, how to access it, and you'll have access to myself and the team and to my team and to your classmates as well. I don't recommend you going out and grabbing one of those jobs over $115,000 until you've been working in Power BI for somewhere between 6 months to a year. At that point, you know, you'll get a good feel of where you are, what you need to do, what you need to know, and what you do and what you do not know, and what you need to brush up on. So with that said, as you can see here, not only do I teach the course Power of the BI, why I teach Power BI, I also teach the mentality, the mindset of understanding how to get into the tech game and really feel comfortable in knowing that you can produce when you get onto the job. And I've created a book. I've written a book called The Six-Figure Cheat Code: Making Money in Tech. Again, created a book, The Six-Figure Cheat Code: Making Money in Tech. And basically, it's just a money mindset. It's just a tech mindset. It's just a business mindset as to where you need to be, or where you should be, or where you can place yourself mentally when you jump out there and get these jobs. Because I've had students that have jumped out there and they've gotten jobs that were six-figure jobs, and they may have come straight off of the retail grocery line or the retail chain, retail store clerk line, and they've gone from making, $16-20 an hour to making $48, $49, $50, $55 an hour. And, it's like, whoa, what just happened here? And then in their minds, they're like, I don't really deserve this. Am I really good enough to do what I'm doing? And what I am saying is, you are good enough to do what you're doing, but these are the things that's going to hit you. And these are the things that you need to know as you are developing your skill sets. You need to feel comfortable. You need to know that you are as good as you are. You are as great as you are when it comes to that. And nobody deserves that position more than you do. Those are some of the things that I teach in the Six-Figure Cheat Code, in addition to different areas of where you may be able to become successful a lot quicker when it comes to getting into a field that you've never been in before. With that said, I'm not going to oversell this book. It is my book. Do love the book. It's the Six-Figure Cheat Code: Making Money in Tech. You can you can shoot this barcode right now and take a shot of this barcode right now. It'll take you to one of these locations. But what I will tell you is that you can get the paperback version on Amazon. You can also download the audio version on iTunes, Google Play, and Audible, and several other places that audiobooks are sold. You're able to download the book there as well. In addition to, on Amazon, there is on Amazon.com, you can go to the paperback version, and you can actually read. I think you get a preview of maybe the first chapter, the first few chapters. I don't know, but you do get a preview of the book just so you get an understanding there. And if you are an audio guy, an Audible guy, or Audible person, you can also get a preview of the book as well. I do know that there is a preview on, I want to say there's a preview on iTunes, Google Play, and Audible, maybe of even the first chapter, not sure. But I do know that there's a preview out there, just not sure of how long the preview is. But I think the preview will give you a pretty good idea of, giving you a pretty good preview of the book. I think once you get the preview, you'll love it. What I will tell you is that I do know that on the audio version right now, I think it's going for like $4.99 in the iTunes and maybe Google Play and Audible bookstores. But that's not going to be for long. That's only the introductory rate. As a matter of fact, the audio just came out this past week. So if you're interested in the audio version, I would encourage you to go out there and get it, because it's not going to be $4.99 for long. But let's keep moving. What is Power BI? Why Power BI? Why is Power BI such a hot topic? Power BI is, just trying to make sure, testing. Yeah. So we're good. Power BI is such a hot topic right now because basically data is a hot topic. And what Power BI does is Power BI allows companies to take all the data that they have, that they've accumulated, and place it into data visualization so that they can into data visualization so that they can see exactly what the company has been doing and give it projections as to what the company is probably going to do and need to do and other types of things like that. What does that really mean? Data is king today. Data is king. And basically, Power BI allows the companies to create those visualizations so that they can make intelligent decisions based off of the stories of what the data is telling. Now, you say, Tarad, what is data? Listen, it's pretty simple. Data is simply information. Data is simply information, right? And that information could come from a barcode. If you look at the barcode at the bottom of a receipt, that information, that barcode at the bottom of a receipt can feed back tons of information to the computer information system within an organization. For instance, let's take a major retail store, a major retail electronics store. When you go buy, let's say you go buy a computer, when you get that receipt's gonna have a barcode on it. Most of the time, the receipt's gonna have a barcode on it. And what that barcode is telling the store, is telling the management at the store, executives at the store, is who you are, where you come from. Well, not necessarily where you come from, that sounds kind of spooky. Who you are, what's your name, where do you come from, what's your zip code, what's your address, what's the city, what's the state that you bought this product in. If you've taken a product back before, where did you take the product back to? What was it, a different city, was it a different state, was it a different zip code? What was the time period? Because you bought it on a particular date, so if you took it back, what date did you take it back? But if you bought it on a particular date, and let's say you didn't take it back, but say you bought it on April 1st of 2023, but on April 1st of 2025, you bought another one. And on April 21st of 2027, you bought another one. That's telling the store, hey, about every 2 years, this person is buying a new computer. What type of computer is the person buying? Well, the person bought a Toshiba the first time, and then he bought an HP, but then he came back and he bought a Dell. So, what's the consistency there? What type of computers are being bought here? It's giving the customer, it's giving the store a lot of information about you. And that goes for any type of industry, any type of business that's keeping their data. They've got this data somewhere, compiled somewhere, and then they're gonna take that data, and they want to take that data and they want to create visualizations. Because, for instance, say that they got 1 million people, say they got 23 million people that has bought product from them over the past 5 years. Do they want to see all of that? Do they just want to see 23 million pieces of data? When I say data, I'm talking about a table that has 23 million rows of all of this information that's spread out. Do they want to see all that information like that? No, they want to see it simple. They want to see it in a very simple form. That'll give them information as to what's really going on, telling a story about the data that they have within their organization. Now you say, Tarot, now what is the data within? What is the visualization that's being used? Listen, it's pretty simple. If you have ever had 5th grade math, or if you have a kid now or a child now that has 5th grade math, you know what a line chart is. You know what a bar chart is. You know what a line graph is. You know what a bar graph is. And knowing that information, what is going on is a story is being told with that visualization, with that line chart. What's the story being told with that line chart? What's the story being told with that bar chart? What's the story being told with that column chart? What's the story being told with that pie chart or that donut chart or that tree map? What's the story being told? Basically, it's just that simple. Now, when we talk about a Power BI report, we're saying, hey, we may have 2 or 3 line charts. We may have 3 or 4 bar charts, or 2 or 3 column charts. We may have what are called KPIs, key performance indicators, where there are numbers saying 1 million hamburgers sold, 3 million hamburgers sold, 2 million hamburgers sold on Wednesdays, right? Those are called cards. Just and those cards are just giving you information about something very, very, very specific. At the end of the day, that's what you have in a Power BI report. But the Power BI report may have all of this information in one spot. So you've got 3 or 4 cards going across the top. You may have a line chart, a bar chart, a line graph, a pie chart, a donut chart, a tree map, all on the report. And then you can look at each one of those visualizations and be like, oh, so this is what's going on here, and this is what's going on here, and that's what's going on there. And this is not just something that's going on with just a specific company today. This is pretty much every industry, every company, every department has a need for Power BI. Let me say that again. Every industry, every company, every department, even every position in a company has a need for Power BI today. Everyone does not know how to use it. Everyone does not know how to bring it into their organizations right now. That's why you're here, because you're getting an understanding of what Power BI is, and now you're thinking to yourself, hey, I can use Power BI in my role, right? It does not have to, you do not have to be a tech person in order to do Power BI. What I'm going to tell you is that if you have an MBA, if you have an IT degree, if you know Power BI and you have an MBA and you have an IT degree, if you have a regular business degree, if you just have a job, listen, I'm telling you, Power BI can take you to the next level. It can take you to the next level. I don't want to oversell you. I don't want to oversell you on that. I just want to give you that information of why companies are using Power BI today. I've got a couple of my students have taken Power BI and they've taken it to the entrepreneurial space, to where they've gone out and they're getting contracts. They've gotten contracts. They're getting contracts. They're building their business on knowing Power BI, and companies not knowing Power BI, but knowing companies that need to have Power BI, and they're out there and they're selling it as a service. So if you're looking at it from an entrepreneur perspective and you want to learn something that you can go out there and you can sell something B2B, Power BI is definitely something you can go out and you can sell B2B. And that B2B is business to business. What do you need? What happens with Power BI? Make sure I haven't skipped anything. What do you do with Power BI? With the data? With Power BI, you can take the data from an organization and you can clean the data. Yes, data can be dirty. Okay, data can be dirty. So, what does that mean? When data comes in, when a company has data, the data could just be bad. For instance, the name of the city that a person is in could be spelled incorrectly, or the state could have the entire name of the state, but they only want to have the abbreviation of the state, or they want to have a comma in between the city and the state, or they want to. Whatever they want to do, when the data comes in, the data could be bad. So with Power BI, you're able to clean the data, right? That's one thing you're able to do with Power BI, that you're able to, and you're able to do it pretty quickly with millions of rows of data at the same time. You're able to clean the data. You're able to make to correct it. If you don't understand what clean means, is just simply correct the data or make the data look how you want it to look, instead of having it all jumbled up with different letters and stuff like that. You can take certain letters out and you can add spaces and all kind of stuff you can do what Power BI allows you to do with the data. Then as I spoke about here just recently in the past couple of slides, is, it's basically visualization. You're designing with the purpose. You're building a clear, impactful visual or clear, impactful visuals. So at the end of the day, you're creating a report that simply looks something like this. And I will be going through a report here at the end, just so you'll get an idea of what an actual finished Power BI report looks like, and see what the actual micro details of creating visualizations within the report looks like, so that you will be able to really get a feel for what that Power BI report is looking at, how to build a Power BI report. And at the end of the day, what we're getting when we build out these visualizations in the Power BI reports is a story. We are telling a story with interactive dashboards. What does interactive dashboards mean? What that means is, when we create a Power BI report, the different visualizations that we integrate into our Power BI reports, they interact with the other visuals. Which means if you click the column chart if you click data in the column chart, data in the bar chart is going to react. Data in the line graph is going to react. Data in the pie chart is going to react. And that's what makes Power BI so special, is that it has a high level of interaction. Power BI features to amplify impact, AI insights, real-time data, and mobile access. So yes, you will have, when you create a Power BI report and individuals or accessing Power BI to look at the reports from look at the report, look at the visualizations, or look at the report that you've created. They are able to use mobile devices. They can use their phones. They can use they can use their phones. They can use tablets. They can use laptops. You know, whatever's mobile that they have access to the internet, they will, mobile devices. They'll have access to accessing the report. With Power BI, we're able to clean, modern and include. We're able to have a clean, modern, and inclusive design. Simply put, your report that you will create will be somewhat similar to a website. It'll be somewhat similar to a website, right? Now, Power BI reports are the only individuals that have access to a Power BI report are those that are within a certain email domain, i.e., let's say the name of your company is abc.com, and let's say your name is Teresa. Only those with, I guess your name Teresa really didn't matter, but only those with abc.com email domains will have access to the report, unless it's given, well, for the most part, the only person have access to it is abc.com email domains. Now a person that's publishing publishing a report, it can be published to an outside website or outside email, outside web address, or outside URL. But that is not super common, especially in today's age where cybersecurity is hyper important. I'm not going to delve too deep into that. For the most part, you'll be creating Power BI reports for individuals within your organization. Again, as I said before, I've got several, you heard one testimony. We've got several individuals that have taken Power BI, Power of the BI, and started their own companies. And we have several individuals that have gone out and they've gotten pretty good jobs. And I say pretty good jobs, I'm saying over six figures, over the $100,000 range, with never having any Power BI experience or any tech experience for that matter. And let's see, your Power BI journey starts now. Master data storytelling, join the community, take action today. So with that said, I am not going to sell you on Power BI. Or Power of the BI. I am not going to sell you on joining Power of the BI. If you feel Power of the BI is the right place for you to start your tech journey, you're going to have you've got the information now to where you can sign up. What I'm going to do is I am going to go into a Power BI report, and just to show you just how simple it is to create a Power BI report. So let's see here. I think I've already gotten it pulled up, but I want to close this down first. And I probably need to stop sharing so that I can share the report. Let's say share screen one, share. Here we go. So this is a Power BI report, and of course, what we're looking at here is not the actual report. This is the actual report. This is a report that we created. It is not a report that was built for Ford Motor Company, as you see here. We've got the Ford logo on here, but it's not a report that was created for Ford Motor Company. Let's see. I think I want to place it here. And I'm going to stop sharing because it's sharing the wrong screen. Here we go. That worked. Where's my cursor? There we go. So this is not a report that was created for Ford Motor Company. As we can see here, we've got the Ford logo here, but this is simply to show you how to bring in the logo here, and we will look at that potentially here if we don't run out of time in the next few minutes. But this is a Power BI report. As I was telling you before, when I said that it is interactive, for instance, if I click Texas, now everything that's associated with Texas in the other graphs, in the other charts, all of those items are now highlighted. So we've got Texas highlighted in the map, and we have in the bar chart, these areas here are associated with Texas as well. And then what's highlighted in the donut chart, these items are highlighted for Texas. In the column chart, these items are highlighted, that indicate Texas, and the same for the tree map. If I come over and I select, I believe that's Nebraska. Now everything that's associated with Nebraska is showing the values for Nebraska. I can click Nebraska again, everything highlights. Now it's not just for the tree map. I mean, it's not just for the US map. I can come over to the tree map and I can select something in the tree map, and now everything that's associated with the values associated with this particular tree map are now being highlighted. And again, I can select another area in the tree map, and we can see how there are interactions within the report. It would be the same again for the donut chart. When I select different, didn't mean to do that. Kind of moved it, didn't really want to move it. So select items in the donut chart. Now we can see how items are being selected and being changed as we go. Now, as you can see, the open, high, low, and volume, that is not changing. And basically what this is, for the day that we actually created this report, the high for the open stock price for Ford that day was $10.89. The high that day was $11.01, and the low was $10.74, and the volume was 58.46 million. Now, if we change the date, now we'll see that the values for the stocks is changing, because stocks change by date, not necessarily by what state we select or what department we select within an organization. So we're seeing here that using the calendar, we can, I guess this would be, it's a calendar, but it's considered a date slider. We can see how the stock price change depending. But this is actually the final version. What I want to show you is that this particular report is basically just built one visualization at a time. So I come here, and now we see that this bar chart right here is the same bar chart that we created right here. And we just built this bar chart. We just built this visualization, one visual at a time. We come back over, and we've got a donut chart here. We've got the donut. It's just one visualization. We just built this one visualization at a time. We come back over, and we can see we've got the tree map. I believe the tree map should be here. And now we have one visualization just for the tree map. We come back over, we've got the US state, and hopefully this works here. Let's see. Kind of got off when I was building. Here we go. We've got the US state. Again, one visual at a time. We've got the column chart. We just built one visual at a time. The tree map. As I said before, this is only just the logo that I brought in. Everything is built one visual at a time. Don't look at building, when you're creating a Power BI report, don't look at building the entire report all at one time. You know, we're just going to build one visualization at a time. So what we're looking at here is this is the actual report view. But when we're building a Power BI report, we're going to bring data in, and then the data is going to come to the data view. And then these are the different tables that are in this report. These are all the different tables that are in this report. Okay. And we can see what's the data. This is the regions, region table, the sales transaction table. Let's see. I'm able to read that. I have my glasses on. But these are all the different tables within the report. So again, this is the report view. This is what the actual report is going to look like. That's the report view. This is the data view. This is where the data is coming. This is where when you load the data into the report, this is where the data is going to reside. And then this is our model view. And in our model view, we're able to see all of the different tables and how they're related. Because again, we come back here, we can see again, if we select, what's that, New Mexico, when we select New Mexico, or select any state, we can see that all the other visuals are interacting based on which state we select, right? And the reason why that works is because of how the relationships are built within the model view. So we create a model. And let's see. I want to move the whole thing. We create, there we go. For some reason I didn't work it. I was trying to remove the whole thing. Anyway, so we're going to create a model, and as we create the model, we can see that each table is going to have a relationship with the other table, and those relationships is what determines how the interactions take place. So we create a model, we've got interaction, we got relationships, and then those relationships, table to table, tells us, hey, this state table is going to react to the region table, it's going to react to the stock table, it's going to react to the calendar table. It's basically these relationships in this model view, the way we build our model, is going to tell us how these interactions are going to react to one another. Now, this is the time where I am going to let you know how you can join my course, Power of the BI, over at powerofthebi.com. If you're interested, if this is the time where you say, hey, I'm not interested in the sales piece, I just came for the free webinar, that's cool, that's great. But what I want to do is at this time, for those that are interested in my course, Power of the BI, here's the deal. I am giving a 50% discount today for those of you guys that are here to join either one of my courses, Power of the BI or Power of the BI. I've got two courses. One is an online self-paced course, and it is only $4.99. But for those of you guys that want the online self-paced and you want to have access to me on a weekly basis, that course is $4,000. It's I think it's $49.99. It's going to be available to you guys today for the next 2 hours. Let's do this. It's going to be available to you guys today for the next 12 hours. So you can go out there and you can make some decisions whether or not you want to do it or not. It's going to be available to you for the next 12 hours. The cost is only, the regular cost is $49.89. I am going to provide a discount to those of you that are on here right now for only $24.99, where you'll have access to me for the next year. You'll have access to the course for the next year, and you'll get some hands-on teaching, some hands-on learning with some job readiness, getting your resume ready and optimized for that six-figure opportunity. So with that said, again, I am not here to try to sell you. I am not a good salesperson. Worst case scenario, if you just want to get into tech and you've got you want some idea of what you want to, you don't have any idea of what you want to get into, feel free to go out and purchase my book, The Six-Figure Cheat Code. There are some hints as to things you should look for when it comes to joining this course or finding an opportunity in tech. So once again, I thank you for joining in, and I look forward to seeing you win again in the next video.